welcome back to another Pokemon Master video. So, I actually haven't been uploading recently just because I got midterms right now. So, yeah, kind of busy at the moment, but we do have some pretty interesting news going on. So, let's go ahead and check this out. So, as a lot of you guys may or may not have noticed, this game has been experiencing some problems, right? So it had a great launch, but then after that, it started to decline and people are saying, oh, the game's dead, the game's dying or whatever. Which, you know, I wouldn't go that far to say the game is dying or whatever, but it obviously hasn't been working too well for them, right? And hasn't been working too well for the players either, right? So there is evidence to that though. If we go ahead and check this graph that Panama HQ put out. So this is the daily revenue for the only US region, iOS and Android daily revenue breakdown. So from launch, you know, they were averaging like 300K a day, right? And then, well, I wouldn't say average 300K, maybe like 285 or something around that. But, you know, they've been having a decent amount. And then when the blue banner dropped, that's when, you know, folks went nuts summoning for Blue and Pidgeot, right? Which makes sense. New character, people like Blue, exciting. Pidgeot was actually really good back then before people found out how terrible Megas were in EX challenges, co-ops, right? But, you know, in general, Blue was exciting. People spent a lot of money, you know, as it shows. And then after that, just a huge steep decline, and has been declining ever since. Like even the Olivia Spotlight Scout, which was probably the best banner we've gotten so far, not too much revenue over there, right? Down to Lyra, you know, it's almost a meme. Like right now, like this is what, 36K in comparison to like 300 something K. That's like, it's only like a tenth of that, right? So looks like they're losing money. Well, I wouldn't say they're still making a crap ton of money. I mean, but just in comparison, right? Just because Gacha games, they just, you know, they generate money out of nowhere. But yeah, they've been in a bit of a decline. So they're actually apologizing for this. So look, I cover a lot of mobile games and a lot of, you know, I personally play a lot of games. This doesn't actually happen too often where the producers of the game actually come out and apologize, like in such a large scale. Like they had a full letter out detailing the changes they want to make, the issues that they see and all that, and listening to community feedback, which isn't, you know, it's kind of a rare trait in developers these days, which is really nice to see, right? So anyways, let's go over this, the letter, a message from the Pokemon Masters team, Volume 1. Thanks for playing Pokemon Masters. Oh, by the way, this is translated by the official, you know, Pokemon Masters, I guess, team, I guess. So anyways, this is official translation. They put one out in Japanese first, and then this is like 2 or 3 days later, they put official translation out for the letter in English, so I could understand it. Anyways, message from Pokemon Masters team, Volume 1. Thanks for playing Pokemon Masters. I'm Yu Sasaki? I don't know how to pronounce that. The producer of Pokemon Masters. So the producer himself. I'd like to sincerely thank you for downloading and playing Pokemon Masters. We'd like to thank you for the feedback that you've provided across both the game's social media channels and fan communities. We've taken your feedback to heart. At this time, we'd like to look back at the game's activities since launch and update you about all its future direction. I'll also be joined by a new producer, Tetsuya Iguchi. He will provide the Pokemon Masters team with the benefits of his years' experience managing and operating mobile games. Together we'll work towards improving the game experience for everyone. The following is from Mr. Iguchi and myself discussing both current concerns and future direction of the game. So apparently this is like the big news, corporate, you know, on the corporate side of stuff. They brought in a new producer, which obviously I don't know who this person is, but it seems like they're, you know, quite experienced in the field, right? Which is a good news for the most part. So anyways, let's go on to the rest of this. Addressing primary issues. We'd like to address what we believe to be the three biggest areas of concern since the game's launch. First, as you know, there have been bugs and other issues that have impaired your enjoyment of the game. I mean, I wouldn't call all bugs an impairment of our enjoyment on the game, especially when the Acerola Sandstorm bug was around. That was actually pretty fun, I'd have to say, you know. Not all bugs are bad. Some are pretty fun. But, you know, of course, in general, you know, there's been a lot of bugs in this game, which you see often with newly launched mobile games, right? Some of the feedback we received was regarding which bugs we prioritized fixing first and how quickly we were able to fix them. Oh, so this is probably addressing the Sandstorm thing. I guess, you know, they prioritized in fixing the Sandstorm bug, which I guess they heard that feedback as well. We fully understand and appreciate these concerns. Okay, here's the thing about the Sandstorm bug. Like, sure, it's a bug, but like, I think what the community more was going at it wasn't, hey, don't fix bugs. It's more like this unintentional bug actually made the game more enjoyable. Why not create more content that would be as enjoyable as what we had here, which was an unintentional bug in the game, right? I think that was more of what the sentiments were towards that, instead of, hey, don't fix bugs, which, you know, that wouldn't make too much sense. But anyways, moving on. We fully understand and appreciate these concerns. It is not our intention to provide a poor user experience. Damn, they're pretty harsh on themselves, I'd have to say. I mean, I'm still having fun with the game, but damn, they really, like, took the feedback to heart, I guess. Rather, our focus was on fixing any bug that affected game mechanics or progression first. Moving forward, we'll carefully prioritize critical issues and their potential solutions. We'll also redouble our efforts to address issues in a timely fashion as our team continues to streamline its operational process. Okay, that's good, you know, fixing bugs, prioritizing more critical bugs over others, that's all good stuff, right? Moving on. In the past, we acknowledged issues such as the dire hit description and the sync move power issue. For those and other matters, we provided gems as compensation. Player satisfaction remains our top priority, and we understand how these kind of issues may compromise it. Okay, so that's the bug part. Moving on. Second, we acknowledge the two most common concerns from the community. There is not enough content for players to enjoy, and the overall battle difficulty and design are not satisfactory. Our original plan was to have players progressing through their main story while at the same time tackling co-op battles and EX challenges throughout September and October. That said, we understand players have quickly progressed through all available content and feel dissatisfied with the current offerings. As fans ourselves, we also feel a great sense of urgency to provide more quality content for players to enjoy. We're working hard to address this as soon as possible. You know what? This part actually sounds... The way they worded this, right? Our original plan was to have players progressing through the main story while at the same time tackling co-op battles and EX challenges throughout September and October. I guess they do have like a lot of more different content planned for like November, December, and I don't know, they just got unlucky, or they, on their part, or I guess they kind of overvalued the amount of content that were in the game at the moment. So it looks like they, from the wording of this, it seems like they do have more content already, but you know, just the schedule of the content is just pretty bad, right? A schedule for releasing content, as they would probably say so themselves. Anyways, our community has shared a great deal of feedback regarding battle design, user interface, and experience, and the battle-centric nature of the game. We understand that EX Challenge design has proven unpopular among many fans. Wow, they're really harsh on themselves, but hey, I like this, I like this. They're super honest about what's going on. They're addressing the issues honestly. They're looking at feedback, and they're actually communicating. So this is all good, you know, even though the game's in sort of in a mess right now, but you know, they're addressing them at least, which is nice. We recognize the importance of adjusting these elements. We will address our plans to improve in these areas in greater detail in the next producer letter. So there's another producer letter, like an update coming, I think on the 17th or 15th or something. Yeah, 17th, October 17th. Where was I? Next producer, okay, here. Ideally, we would have been able to provide a message like this much sooner, but it was crucial for us to carefully consider your feedback and the best long-term solutions to the complex changes involved with addressing these concerns. We also prioritize severe bug fixes and future content updates. Now that our team has grown, we feel we are better equipped to handle the unique concerns of our global operations and will ensure that future communications with our players is more consistent. That's all good stuff, all good stuff. We'd also like to assure our community that feedback we've received, whether it was through our official community support channels or through player communities like Reddit, hey Reddit, has been carefully considered and discussed with the development team. In the future, we hope to improve both the speed and transparency of our messaging to players. So, like, all the concerns, like all the posts on Reddit and all that, it's not in vain. Like, they're looking at it, they're monitoring these communities and looking at feedback. So again, if there's problems with the game, unsatisfactory stuff, you post them on these social media channels. They will see it and they'll take it into account. So again, if you have any problems with the game, providing feedback is crucial to make the game become better. There's like I cover a lot of games, and like apparently a lot of people, some people are actually like anti criticism or feedback to developers. Like, I don't even know what that, like, I made like a whole video with, like, I think a few weeks back about a Wizard Unite problem that happened in that game. It's just the Harry Potter geolocation game. And then, like, I was telling people, okay, they had a huge screw up, we should talk about them, talk about it, send feedback. And then a bunch of people were like, no, you can't, don't be super negative about that, you know, you're not gonna get, you know, it's bad for the game, bad for the game. Like, what the heck? They screwed up, we need to send feedback, and they will look at it and they will improve on it. So again, just keep on sending feedback through whatever, you know, channels that you can. I assure you, they look at it. Like, I have contacts with a few companies, right, and they always tell me that they're looking at feedback and comments on different social media boards, right? Anyways, plans to address current issues. We would like to, again, thank you for your feedback. You've provided both positive and negative comments, help decide future content and operations as they improve the game for everyone. The current area of focus are as follows. First one, number one on the list, lack of content. That's good. They acknowledge the number one concern for the game is the lack of content, which, you know, we would have, like, personally, there really isn't much for me to do in the game at the moment. Like, I really don't even spend too much game or time on the game every day. Like, I maxed out all my sync pairs that I've summoned for. I still don't have Hilda, but you know, I maxed them all out. Like, this is basically what you have. Like, you grind out all your sync pairs, you max them all out, and then you grind out all the gears, which I haven't done yet, admittingly. And then you grind out all the gears, max them all out as well, and then you're pretty much done with the game. Like, really, not too much else to do. I mean, maybe grind some coins on the side if you know, if you need more evolution crystals or whatever. But really, there isn't too much to do in the game at the moment. So number one, lack of content. Lack of appealing rewards. Oh my goodness. It's hilarious how, like, we get these 1-star manuals, training manuals, for like a 7-day login bonus. Like, what the heck? Come on. and like the mission rewards. Hey, like collect 1 billion coins, and then they give you like a 2-star training manual. So lack of appealing rewards. That's nice. Difficulty / design. Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about the EX challenges being like very linear in approaches to them. Like, it's honestly more like a puzzle solving game than a Pokemon like battling game, right? You know, you have to do these particular steps with these set of sync pairs to achieve this goal. If you screw up once, you're screwed. You screw up, you're gone. Like, if it's not, you don't have your exact team with the exact levels, with the gear and whatever, you're screwed. You're not going past this. And then, you know, obviously it's going to be more difficult because you're playing with co-op, you know. All three of you have to not screw up and then, you know, go through it, and have all the sync pairs and all that, right? So hopefully they'll adjust that. And poor usability, I mean, of all the issues, I think the poor usability part is on my bottom of the list personally, and it's on the bottom of their list as well. I mean, there are issues with the usability, but like overall, I'd say all the other stuff is probably more important for them to fix. Moving on, regarding number 2, this feedback we can address relatively quickly. Well, of course, you could just send us a billion gems. That would be really easy, right? For number 1, 3, and 4, these issues will take time to fully address, but we will sure to keep players updated about our progress. Obviously, you know, they can't just like push out like a bunch of content like instantly, right? You know, they have to like come up with ideas, actually work on them and all that. So at least they're gonna provide this update with that, and it's coming in the future, but just don't expect it like suddenly the game be incredibly robust on content like next week or whatever, right? The difficulties dying for, yeah, you know, those are going to take times to address. Future direction. Our goal is to provide users with an enjoyable experience that's unique to the world of Pokemon Masters. In the near future, we will provide a more detailed roadmap, but for now, we can share the following short-term plans. More story events. Yes! Yes! More story events. This is good. I love the story, by the way. More story events is nice. And revised reward system. Thank you. This is good. More story events. Oh, I can't wait to get some more story sync pairs. Oh, this is gonna be nice. You know, first of all, like, the thing with story events, there are so many parts to story events that is much more appealing than EX co-ops. Like, they have the story, you know, the dialogue is actually really well written for a Pokemon mobile game, right? And then you get your free-to-play sync pairs, you get gems from those, and then all the other stuff, and the solo play component is also pretty nice because, you know, you get to control your own sync pairs without having to coordinate with someone else. Much easier, and then you can try out some more team comps. Tech units and support units are much more useful in solo play than co-op, right? Also, I hope they address that. Make tech units more usable. Tech and support units a bit more, you know, more usable than just, you know, everyone just throwing strike units at everything. Anyways, final message from the producers. We were disappointed we did not meet the expectations of our community, and for this we sincerely apologize. It's our intention that this does not happen again. Hearing these opinions from fellow trainers has deepened our sense of commitment to deliver a game that we can all be proud of. We're very appreciative of all the feedback, both critical and positive. Our goal is to create an experience like the fans witnessed in the first animated trailer, gathering iconic sync pairs and tackling tough out challenges as you grow and strengthen bonds with your team. We believe that by needing to focus too much on specific skills, players felt forced into a situation where all team compositions looked identical. Literally, like, I think there was like only like one team comp that you could actually beat. I think it was Blaine or someone, not Blaine. I can't remember, but you know. But just in general, like, there's only like one or usually just 2 or 3 team comps that you could actually make to beat the EX co-ops, right? And there was an overall sense that there was only one correct approach for each challenge. What we hope to create is an environment where fans can partner with their favorite sync pairs and find unique solutions to entertaining challenges. Both the development and operation teams are fully committed to improving the game and creating a memorable experience for all fans to enjoy. We thank you all for the time you've shared with us already and for the generous feedback you've provided that helped us determine how the game's future will unfold. And then the producer, they even have a schedule for producer letters. Like, they are like full on, we're sorry, we screwed up, we're trying to fix this, we're gonna make this better, right? And again, all good news. So the next letter's on October 17th. I might be watching a basketball game in Vancouver that day. I think the Clippers are coming to Vancouver. So, but yeah, they should have a producer letter out on the 17th. Contents of the message may vary based on translation. Okay, so overall, all good stuff. They've recognized a lot of the shortcomings of the game, and they are willing to improve it, and it's not just a quick cash grab and then they're going to give up on the game. So it seems like they are still very much committed to making the game more enjoyable for players, and just, you know, delivering better content. And again, I do really much appreciate producer letters like this. This is a rarity, I would say, in the gaming industry, so this is all nice. So anyways, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this in the comments down below. Again, the game has been in a bit of a trouble lately. Well, I wouldn't say lately, ever since launch. I mean, launch was pretty good, but you know, like a week after launch or whatever, there goes my dog. It's been problematic. So anyways, again, let me know what you guys think about all this in comments down below. Like and enjoy this video if you're hopeful for the future of the Games Ryan channels for more Pokemon Masters content, and I will go take care of that dog.